Okay, friends, I think we'll begin this particular webinar on some special tips about the SSB interviews. And let me tell you, today we have a celebrity amongst us. He is the Major Retired Indrajit Ranachandra Banerjee, and he's known to me for a very, very long time, for almost about 38 years. And he's had a very illustrious career. He's got an experience of more than 40 years behind him. And he is the alumnus of XLRI Jamshedpur. Before that, he was in the army. And after Jamshedpur, he's had a lot of peculiar professional qualifications which are peculiar to this particular subject. And that subject is human resource, amongst other things that he specializes in. And he has a 22 years of corporate experience in HR, academia, learning, teaching, training, etc. And besides that, he's been a professor in IEM Calcutta and associate professor in XISS Ranchi. And besides the other, he's conducted many seminars, workshops, and facilitated a lot of management and faculty development programs. And he's written a lot of books as well as articles, and he is the authority on the subject we're talking about. And today I'll be requesting him to talk to you and tell you what exactly are the nuances of understanding an interviewing process. What you should be doing, what you should not be doing, and why should you be doing which you are to do, and why should you not be doing which you are to do. What exactly the process involves, and what are the outcomes how does the interviewing officer perceives a particular aspect that you are trying to expose yourself to in front of him. So Major Banerjee will talk to you about it, and he'll talk about the subject, and thereafter in the end we'll have a question answer sessions, and then all those children who are still not joined, we will put a recorded version of this particular engagement, and they can see the recorded one. We'll send you the links. And since it's a Zoom meeting for 40 minutes, I think 10 minutes have already gone. So after 30 minutes, I'll let you know. What you have to do is when the meeting ends, kindly log on along with the same link all over again. So we will have a 5 minutes break to log on again and do that, and we'll resume the session. I hope you can do the wonderful job. Welcome Banerjee sir. I welcome you to this channel, our VR1 on Brigadier's Guide You, and over to you sir.
I'll speak about attending personal interviews and group discussions. Now, these are two things which are part of the selection process everywhere. To start off with personal interviews, there are certain do's and don'ts that we have to keep in mind. One is that when you're going in for the interview, you should be ready to speak about yourself, introduce yourself in as brief as possible, with all the achievements that you've had in your career till now, in your academic classes, any achievements. That is something that you should be prepared for in a personal interview, because that's the first question that will be asked to you by any interviewer. For a personal interview, there are certain do's and there are certain don'ts. Amongst the do's would be that you have to be mentally prepared for doing well in the interview. So preparing yourself before the interview in terms of your turnout, the way your dress, your grooming, all that is very important. And then you have to enter the room, take permission from the interviewers, and before you understand, when they ask you to take the seat, and then usually the first question that the interviewers will ask you is introduce yourself, right? So this you should be prepared for. Within 2 minutes, you should briefly tell about all your achievements in your life. Say, for example, I'm so and so. I have done my graduation. I presume all of you are graduate students. Dheman?
Yes, sir. They are graduates and 10th, 12th class.
12th class also.
Yes.
Okay. So in your introduction, you have to give your background about yourself, your achievements. Say, for example, you have academically you're done very well, scored 90% or 95%. That should come into your personal introduction. Then any any achievements you had, like you had leadership positions in school, and any achievements that you have, that is something you should be prepared for. Thereafter, be prepared to take questions from the interviewer. Okay, and all along you have to maintain a very positive body language. Say, always alert, smiling, and being prepared to answer any question that is thrown at you. Now, in most interviews, the interviewer would want to find out as to how well you can handle stress. So, while all of us are usually prepared with all the achievements you have done, the question that usually is asked, okay, tell me what has been the major failure in your life and what has it taught you? So this is something that you should be very prepared for. Okay. Now, is there any other question that you have? Maybe if somebody asks questions, then I'll be able to answer those questions.
Yeah, guys, you have a question, ask him, I'll connect it to him.
Let us, what are the kinds of things one might say are one's failures? Typically, what should one say? Like, should one share one's greatest failure? Typically, what should one say as a candidate? That I have failed in this. What can be a typical failure?
Right. So, for example, in some particular examination, you have scored 90% plus in most of the subjects, and in one odd subject, you perform badly. Right? So then you try to analyze the reasons why you performed badly in that particular examination and what that learning has been. The aim over here, the aim why I spoke about this is because you have to, be prepared. You should always try to put a positive thing that even when you fail, that failure has taught you something, after which you have improved yourself, and the next time around, the same subject, say where you got 60% or 70%, how you worked on that, and in the next particular exam, you matched or you did very well. So whenever you say that, yes, I did have a weakness, but that has taught me something, and I've overcome my failure or my weakness because of my effort. So that is the way you answer the question.
Yeah, guys, ask question and give your name before you start asking question. Yeah, Varsha, Nilakshi, Niharika, ask questions, please.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Chinmay.
Yeah, Chinmay.
So for a person whose life has been mediocre, who hasn't had a lot of great achievements, but has done a lot of things, so can we say that the experience that he has gained from that is his biggest achievement?
Yes, of course. See, all of us cannot be academically very brilliant, but then you will have to find out as to where you have done well and give an example. Say, for example, I take my own thing. Right? When I was in class 7 or 8, I was very good in sports, represented my school team in almost everything. And I was not very keen on doing very well. And, academics has to be mediocre, maybe student, top maybe, average, maybe the top half. So, if I have to say to focus on, what I've done, I would say, look, I have not done very well in science because I could not get prepared. I was spending more time in extracurricular activities and sports. So therefore, having realized that, I have worked harder on that particular subject, and next time around, from 60%, I moved on to 75%. That is one way of saying that, okay, this is how I've improved. And you focus on things where you actually have achievements. See, I was the lead singer of the college band, and this is the prize that we won. It's not necessarily your only academic achievements. Any place we have been good. It could be extracurricular activities, music, sports, dancing. And generally, it should be something which you know about, where you actually have been good.
Okay, sir.
Right? So you have to kind of take a look. Okay, where is it that where I have done well, and focus on those in the interview.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Nilakshi. I have one question. So, says if the interviewing officer asks us about current affairs or anything, any general knowledge which I am not aware of, so is it right to say that, sir, can I get back to you about this on conference day?
Yeah, see, any question that you ask, if you are not getting the answer straight away, one good technique is to throw that question back. Sir, are you asking about this? So when you throw that question back to the interviewer, he or she may give you a little tip, based on which you can give an answer. Don't in the first instance say, no, sir, I don't know. Try to get more clarity on the question, and then maybe you'll get some tip, and then you reply. Unless, of course, there's something which you don't know anything about, then you say, sorry, sir, I don't think I know about this, but if I remember later, I'll get back to you at the end of the interview.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Varsha, question from you. Vishwesh, ask your question.
There are some questions on the chat. There are some questions on the chat.
Okay.
Okay, sir, you can read the question in the chat.
Zoom chat, question.
There's a question from Mukti Sanyal, sir. What if I can't answer a question that I'm asked?
If you have left, you are not any art or academic. How would you justify it? Okay, now this question comes from Vishwesh. Can I take a question?
Yeah, please do, sir.
Okay. So, that in India, the question on saying that I've left a particular art, I was a painter, I was an artist, or I was a performer, whatever, but I left that to focus on my academics. So if that is the question, if that is a question asked to you, then you say, in India, it's very important that we perform well academically. So, more on my academics so that I get a good result in my exam, because I always know that I could get back to my hobby or whatever my achievement was, I can always get back to later. So I put that on the back burner for some time so that I could focus more on something which is very important, that is performing well in academics. Now, related to this, what generally happens is when the interviewer is interviewing you, you take a look at your CV. Then you know that, okay, say for example, you got 75% in your class 10 and you got the 65% in class 12. So that question automatically be asked you. Why did it fall from 75 to 65? In a 10th you got so and so, you got 75% and now in a 12th you have 65. Then you say, yes, during that time, I was also doing these particular things. I was participating in this particular sport. I was also doing some actual activity. So, because of which I could not focus very much on my academics. But sir, I made amends. You can see that my graduation marks, I have till now, till the third semester or fourth semester, I am now on a 80%. Okay, that's one way of justifying that to life. You can do as well. because your focus was somewhere else.
Okay, Komal Dalal.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Varsha. My question is that if you are spending more times in academics and we are unable to spend more time in hobbies and sports. If interview asks this question, so what should be our answer?
Yeah, very good. That's a good question, Komal. Obviously, anytime in your life, there is some place where you have not, you've not done very well. So when you ask this question, so you say you have an example in your mind. Say in class 10, I did very badly in a particular subject, because of which, I could not get selected for a particular something. So you say, based on that, I practiced more on that, and this failure has taught me how to do better. Ultimately, the aim of when you're taking an interview, say that whatever you have, wherever you failed or not done as well as you thought you should have, you have worked harder and then you have improved.
Okay, sir. This was Varsha, sir. And Komal's question is, how should we answer the question if asked about the regrets of our life? Failures teach us something, but regrets cannot be changed, so it will show us in a negative light.
Yeah, so one way of answering this question is that, I do not have any major regrets in life. By the way, I have no major regrets in life. There are certain areas where I could not do well, but then I have put that behind me and I have moved ahead. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, next question from Ria Singhal is, I have been a meritorious student in my academic section, but I never took part in any sports. I just played games for my physical development. In my PIQ, I left the sports section. What should I do, sir? Because it won't create a good impression if I leave it empty.
Okay, in the PIQ is what? PIQ stands for
This is the personal information questionnaire, sir.
Okay, personal information questionnaire. Okay, and you're never meritorious in the academic and the sport. Just paid for, yes, okay, that's fine. It's not that, you should not leave anything blank. Anything when you're leaving it blank, the interviewer, the person who's reading your PIQ would, ask a question on that. So mention something over there. Because all of us have some hobbies or others. You may not be a very good sportsman, but say like I was participating in almost every game or any activity that happened, group activity, team activity. The aim is to get across to the person to say that I am a good team player. Individually also I have performed well and I like to be part of team. I may not always be the team leader, but I am a good team player.
Sir, Ria is saying in her question that she has concentrated on physical development. So in a way, Ria may not have taken part in any games, team or single. Then what should she do?
You should always have something that you have done. See, for an interview, the very good thing is to choose beforehand two activities. One, which is an individual. I'm taking example of games and sports. See, one would be an individual, table tennis. These are all individual games. Okay, athletics, right? Whether it's running, these are individual games. Then there are certain other games that team games. It could be, hockey, football, whatever. Now, in individual, it could also be intellectual games like chess, okay, and bridge or things like those also. You should also know about that game and say, yes, I have participated here. So I am not only individually can I achieve something, but when I'm there in a group or team, I can function well as a team. But don't say I'm not sporty. I've played. I've not excelled maybe. I've not represented my school or state, but I have participated everywhere and I'm a good team player. Also individually, I may not be physically very fit. I may not have played a sport, but maybe maybe some game like chess or any game, individual game. But you should choose two things which you know something about and say that I have learned something from this particular game. From individual games, I've learned competitiveness, how to compete and try to win. And in a team games, I've learned how to help the team in order to win.
Okay, sir. Last question, since we are about to end the session. Last question of Pooja. Sir, Pooja is Commander Kulkarni's niece.
Okay.
Yeah, Pooja. Hurry up.
So, what if we didn't participated in any college level sports activities? Like only till school we had participated. Is it okay to mention that we didn't participate in college level programs of sports?
Okay, I get a question. If you have participated in some game in school, you know about that game. Do not mention that I have not participated in any game or sport. I participated. I may not have represented my college team, but I have participated in that game. I have not given it up. I spent lesser time on that, maybe because I was focusing on maybe extracurricular activities, managing the college festival, organizing a particular event, doing some social work. So these things also I did, and I also participated in sports.
Yes, sir.
Usually, your academic performance can be seen by your percentages, but for the rest of the questions, you should be prepared that yes, I have been part of teams and group right from school till now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. We are about to end the session now, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what sir has taught us is basically that whenever you're facing an interviewing officer, you should show your confidence. And whatever answers you give him, in case you don't know something, you throw the question back at him. He will or she will definitely give you some kind of a hint. So with the hint, if you can answer, fine. Otherwise, you can always confidently say, sir, I'm not aware of this. I will get back to you on this later. I'll try and find it out later. So that is the key thing. And if in case you haven't participated in sports, you should not say that, sir, I have not participated in sports at all. You say, we have played various kinds of sports, maybe individual or team games. However, I was not doing it at any competitive level. But as far as the group activity is concerned, as far as the games are concerned as a group activity, I have done plenty of them. So those should be your basic, generally, line of action. Actually, we have some problem about the audio. A lot of girls are complaining about the audio. So, sir, we'll have this session again with you. And today we'll call it off here only. And maybe on Friday or Thursday, I'll tie up with you. And we'll have the same session once again with you. Because we would definitely like to be enlightened by the vast experience that you carry in this particular field. And these boys and girls, I've told them, in case they don't get for SSB, the same thing will hold good for them to join the corporates also. So whatever we're getting from you is an aim plus. It is not only limited to SSB. SSB is a very small thing in the entire gamut of life. So we will request you once again to come again after correcting our system problems, and we'll have this session again. So finally, I would request all of you, please unmute yourself and do a bit of an ovation for Major Banerjee and thank him from your sides personally. So sir, thank you very much from my side. And now all the participants will also thank you. Please unmute yourself and give him an ovation, please. Clapping.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time,
for giving information.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your valuable feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you all can clap also. Please do that. He deserves a very good lecture. He deserves a clapping and ovation.
Thank you, ma'am.